With generative AI innovation on the rise, so does our commitment to social responsibility, specifically around how we scale and deploy these solutions. Microsoft and Leidos will dive into responsible development and deployment of generative AI in the public sector next. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Microsoft Partner Innovation Vodcast. Joining me today as my co-host, we have Angie Heisey, Corporate Vice President for Worldwide Public Sector at Microsoft.
Thanks, Jennifer. I'm excited for this conversation, and I'm really pleased to welcome Steve Hull, Executive Vice President, Operations Manager at Leidos, to join us for a discussion of how responsible AI is transforming government engagement, and to talk about the opportunity that generative AI has for our broader partner ecosystem. Welcome, Steve.
Hey, Angie. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm looking forward to it. A little bit about Leidos. We're a Fortune 500 science and technology company headquartered in Reston, Virginia, just a bit outside of Washington, D.C. Our over 45,000 employees work to solve some of the toughest challenges in the defense, intelligence, civil, and health markets. And I oversee enterprise and cyber solutions operation with the company's defense group. We've been entrusted with protecting, delivering, and transforming IT systems and cyber defenses for the most critical organization in the U.S., the Department of Defense.
Well, thank you for that, Steve, and great to have you on. So, Angie, let's set some groundwork here. What are the implications of generative AI from a social responsibility perspective, and what does that mean for the future of work, particularly for the public sector?
Yeah, the responsible development, test, deployment of technology is a topic that we take very seriously here at Microsoft because we recognize the responsibility that we and other tech companies have to our customers and to society at large. The adoption of AI and generative AI more specifically is an exciting and pivotal moment for public sector leaders. However, the public sector has a high bar of legal compliance that must be met in order to ensure that the use of AI reflects the values and priorities that are essential for gaining public trust. Fortunately, Microsoft has a long lead and a demonstrated track record of taking responsible AI principles and operationalizing them. And we frequently guide and advise our public sector customers on how to adopt their own guidelines and principles for how they can responsibly deploy this technology as well.
Yeah, I think that's right, Angie. And let me give a bit of a partner perspective on that as well. We're working with the public sector to deploy secure, reliable systems at scale to meet their missions. We're the largest provider of IT services to the federal government and the Department of Defense. We use our partnership with Microsoft and top technology vendors to get the responsiveness and the efficiency they need. Many of the workflows in the public sector are heavily reliant on human knowledge and review and are hard to scale at the rate needed. The latest generation of large language models like ChatGPT and Azure OpenAI services show tremendous potential in areas ranging from IT help desk operations to software development. We have already been able to demonstrate that we can increase efficiency and accuracy of human-intensive workflows by deploying large language model solutions for some use cases.
Thank you for that perspective, Steve. With the consideration for this growing partnership between Microsoft and Leidos, how can Leidos cloud-enabled solutions effectively address the challenges faced by customers in the defense ecosystem?
Yeah, Leidos is a leading tech integrator for governments and defense agencies around the globe, and Microsoft is a leading technology provider for the same customers. So there's a very natural synergy for our two teams to really work together and shape digital transformation for our respective industries.
From a transformational standpoint, if you will, how are we helping customers like military and defense organizations accelerate their cycles and maintain advantage over their increasingly tech-enabled competitors?
Yeah, Jennifer, it's another great question. Thank you. So currently, military and defense organizations run the risk of being in reactive mode. For example, reacting to the increased sophistication and effectiveness of cyber threats such as advanced phishing attacks and cognitive EW, which could be enabled by generative AI. We develop solutions that meet security, reliability, and ethical considerations. Bringing those considerations in early to the solution design process enables the deployment of AI that public sector can trust. Without trust, system owners won't deploy and users won't use.
Steve, I have to say, I'm so inspired by the work that our teams are doing to really try to address some of the legacy challenges that our joint customers have. We're going to customers together in a unified measure to be able to identify ways to help their mission, right? To be able to drive efficiency, to be able to give them additional capabilities. And I really think together we're challenging the status quo in a way that will ultimately benefit all of our customers. So thank you. We've been working really closely together for decades, but in this forum, we've been working really closely over the last 6 months. So what advice or what would you say other partners should do to get started?
Yeah. Thanks, Angie. So the partner ecosystem is crucial. Most of our partners have already had relationships with these customers and in many cases already understand the customer's problems. Partners should start by identifying those problems that they want to solve and then figuring out how generative AI can help.
Excellent. Well, hey, thank you both so much for your time today and for your expertise, right, as we continue to build on this excitement in the era of AI and the power of this innovation and this technology. So thank you both again for your time today.
Thank you, Jennifer. And thank you, Steve, for your partnership.
Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. And great to see you again, Angie. See you soon.
All righty. Well, there you have it, folks. That's a wrap on another episode of the MPI Vodcast. I'm Jennifer Zarate.